Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
A local nonprofit wants to make sure you know what to do in the event of an attack. We have a look into a self-defense class just for women.
And a new face will represent California City's police department as their top cop. We'll find out more about the man behind the badge.
And a free ride home for runaways across the nation. How Greyhound is teaming up with the national organization to get kids home safely.
Good morning and thanks for staying with 23 ABC News. It's 6 a.m. on this Wednesday. I'm Danielle Kernkamp.
I'm Mike Hart. Glad you're here. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Elena Russ. Get a look outside at what we can expect this morning because the storm hitting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Coming.
You can see it on the satellite and radar now. But we have to wait. And I'm like a kid on Christmas morning because it's a really exciting storm and I know that it's coming. And I'm trying to be really good and I want to make it cookies. Because we've been talking about it for about a week now. And here it is. It's that big L off the shore of Oregon and it's experiencing some bombogenesis. That's a rapid drop in pressure. Our friends at the National Weather Service saying it's already dropped about 22 millibars in pressure and it has another 13 or so to go. Basically what that means for you, it's intensifying. It's a tightly wound cyclone. See all of the patchy clouds behind it that are feeding in? That's cold, unsettled air. So it starts as heavy rain and snow for the Pacific Northwest and far reaches of Northern California today, and then it's digging into our area tomorrow. So with that, our winter storm watch we've been talking about for the Kern River Valley area is now a winter storm warning. But that doesn't include Lake Isabella down there at lake level at 2,500 feet. It's more so for the half a foot to foot we're expecting over Alta Sierra, Breckenridge, trying to get some fresh powder out of this baby as well. But that's tomorrow. While we wait today, 38 right now, 57 here in Bakersfield this afternoon with moderate air quality. As for our roadways, a lot of construction out there as you can see, but passes are open. We just have some clouds acting a little bit like fog on the 58.
The Bakersfield Police Department is asking for your help to find a vehicle involved in an injury hit and run crash. Take a look at your screen. Police say this truck right here that was caught on surveillance cam is the one they're looking for. According to BPD, it happened on Allen Road near Brimhall at about 7:30 back on November 17th. The collision caused an injury and that truck left the scene. BPD say it's described simply as a newer model 4-door Tacoma, dark gray, tinted windows with black rims. If you have any information to this, you're asked to call the BPD at 327-7111.
California City has a new chief of police. The new top cop was sworn in at the city council meeting last night. John Walker was named as chief at the meeting, replacing former chief Eric Hurtado, who retired in October after serving 8.5 years as police chief. Hurtado had the longest tenure ever for a Cal City chief. No information was given out about Walker or his past at the meeting. Prior to swearing in Walker, the council made a gesture toward the interim chief of police. Council gave the sergeant who's been serving as interim a certificate of recognition for all of his hard work.
This week, the Kern County Probation Department will be hosting a graduation celebration. The Probation Department, along with GEO Reentry Services, will be hosting a graduation for individuals who have completed the Kern County Day Reporting Center. The center provides intensive reentry programming for probationers. Local officials, corrections professionals, and family members will all be on hand. The transition ceremony will take place this afternoon at Hodell's Country Dining at 3 o'clock.
Tonight, the Alliance Against Family Violence is hosting a free self-defense class just for women.
23 ABC's Daniela Garrido joining us live now with more on what attendees can expect when they show up. Daniela?
That's right. Good morning. I think we can all agree learning to defend yourself will come in handy whether you just want to be confident walking to your car or being outside by yourself or whether you're in a domestic violence situation. So those free classes, they happen at the Alliance, and Bakersfield Elite Martial Arts hosts them. They've been hosting it for 12 years and I actually got a sneak peek at what you can expect.
Don't wait until something happens.
The Alliance Against Family Violence is giving women in the community a chance to learn to defend themselves for free.
I've seen and met so many people in the community who are either mothers and daughters who are just worried about keeping themselves safe when they go off to school or whatever. And I've also met people who've been victims of domestic violence and other assault. And it's really upsetting to see that, to know that those things are happening. So I feel obligated to give a little service back to the community and try to help these people.
What started as a one-time class has turned into 12 years for Dave Woods.
So I'll start out talking a little bit about our intention, which is strictly self-defense, with the understanding that we're going to do whatever it takes.
The class starts with a presentation on armed self-defense and domestic violence resources, but most of the class includes hands-on training.
The first day I came in, we just did our regular warm-up, and then we did like a knife defense, and I was like, whoa.
Dave walked me through a basic scenario. What should you do if someone grips you by the arm?
Circle, strike.
Scratch the eyes, cusp the ears, hit the throat, and knee the groin.
Good. Counter.
A technique that Dave says should be practiced regularly.
To physically be able to do it, you have to practice it over and over and get lots of repetition so that it becomes muscle memory.
He says, like myself, many women enter the class doubtful and leave empowered.
And that class is happening tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. We're here with Dave Woods. Dave, you taught me like a very simple scenario, but there are other things that you teach in class. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a simple wrist grab is a great way to start, but we'll progressively go through more difficult situations, such as being choked, being grabbed from behind, grabbing your hair, and defending yourself on the ground, and several other moves, including weapons.
Great. So for anyone that wants to learn how to defend themselves in situations like those, you can actually sign up on the Facebook page. You can check out the Alliance Facebook page, or you can check out Bakersfield Elite Martial Arts page. For now, we're live in Bakersfield. Daniela Garrido, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
A local grocery store in central Bakersfield has announced it's closing its doors. The Food Max on Union Avenue near California Avenue confirmed they're closing this Friday. Food Max is owned by Save Mart, and officials with Save Mart say they decided to close the grocery store because the Food Max has been underperforming. But good news for their employees. A spokesperson with the company did inform 23 ABC that all team members have been placed in other surrounding Food Max stores. Food Max has sold the lease to another operator who will assume control of the property shortly after the store's closure on Friday. If you have a dream of becoming an actor, now's your time to shine. Netflix is coming to Bakersfield. The streaming company is holding an open casting call this weekend for men and women 18 and older to be featured in their upcoming film, The Prom. The movie's about a group of self-obsessed theater stars who visit a small conservative town in Indiana in support of a high school girl who wants to take her girlfriends to prom. The film's expected to feature Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, and James Corden. Shooting in Bakersfield is set to begin on January 24th. The casting call is happening Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Bakersfield Marriott Convention Center on Truxtun Avenue.
A book sale to benefit our feline and canine friends of Bakersfield may not happen. The SPCA says they're in need of a new location and they need your help to find one. For the last 2 decades, the Bakersfield SPCA has held one of its largest and predominantly volunteer-run annual book sales. The location was donated over the years to hold this month-long event, but according to organizers, this year they had to move and they have no new location. The SPCA says it takes a lot of prep time and setup, so the need for a new retail site is dire. If you're interested in donating a location or getting more information, call the SPCA at 323-8353 or visit their location on Gibson Street.
Well, it's a situation no parent wants to find themselves in, their child running away. Local law enforcement agencies receive thousands of missing person cases every year of juveniles who run away near and far. Now Greyhound wants to help by reuniting those who are ready to return home.
It's a helpless situation that thousands of Kern County parents know all too well, a runaway child.
What they don't understand is the dangers of leaving their hometown and not communicating with their families what their intentions are. They don't know what will happen.
Officer Christina Perkins has dealt with runaways before.
The majority of it is juveniles having a crisis of some sort, or there's just something going on that parents may not even be aware of. Their way to deal with that crisis is running away, going somewhere where they believe is safe. However, as juveniles, sometimes they don't really understand what safe really is.
Perkins says in some cases, runaways end up as far as hundreds, even thousands of miles from home. And that's where Greyhound says it can help, offering a free ride back home to the child and to a guardian to retrieve them.
A 12 through 14-year-old must actually travel accompanied by an adult. So that can be someone from a youth shelter, that can be a parent or guardian. Greyhound also provides free bus service for those folks as well.
There are a few conditions to get a free ride home. They must get in contact with the National Runaway Safe Line, 1-800-RUNAWAY. They must be between the ages of 12 and 21, be named on a runaway report, and of course, willing to reunite with their parents and guardians.
Having the service is vital, and we do quite often hear back from families who are truly grateful.
Last year, the Bakersfield Police Department took almost 3,000 reports of missing children between 5 and 17 years old, while the Kern County Sheriff's Office says it has 149 reports of missing people. Officer Perkins says if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, contact law enforcement immediately.
There is no time frame or time wait that parents or loved ones or anyone for that matter has to wait in order to report a juvenile as a runaway.
She says as a parent, the best thing you can do is keep the line of communication with your child open, and BPD offers help.
I want them to understand that they're not alone. You know, there's several resources out there, including the police department, our community relations unit, who provides trainings, who offers resources to parents to let them know that we are here to help.
Again, that number that will help get your child get services to get back home, 1-800-RUNAWAY. You can learn more about the program on our website, turnto23.com.